So you've already learned about the law of attraction. Maybe you've even heard about the law of assumption. You're doing all the right things. You're journaling, you're doing your affirmations. Every night you're doing your visualizations, you're meditating. Maybe you're even aligning your actions a little bit, but you're not seeing any results. That sucks, right? Well, this is something that it's almost like a rite of passage. If you have been following the teachings of manifestation, then you've probably experienced this at some point. Maybe you are currently experiencing this, or maybe you experienced this and then you gave up on manifesting because you thought it didn't work. But it's actually a rite of passage, and it teaches you the law of detachment. I know. It's hard, right? It's not easy. The law of detachment states that the less that you are attached to the outcome, the less that you care about the outcome, then the faster it will come to you. So think about it like this. Think about it like you turn on a hose, and you know, like when you have a hose and you fold it in half, there's like a kink in the hose, right? So your attachment is that kink in the hose. Your attachment is what makes the hose fold in half and stop the natural flow of water. So while you have that kink in the hose, and what you think to do usually is to just turn on the water more, right? Turn on more of the water. Turn on more of the water. So what that looks like is doing more manifesting techniques, doing more visualizations, doing different visualizations, meditating differently, right? Meditating more, changing the affirmations. Like, you think that there's something wrong in the source of what you're doing, so you turn up the volume or you change it up. When really, the thing that you are being taught right now, the thing you are being invited to do is let go of control, let go of your attachment, and that will naturally put the hose back in its natural position, and the water will start to flow naturally, and your manifestations will come to you in a more effortless way. So this is teaching you a very deep lesson that a lot of people don't learn. A lot of people go through this rite of passage and they just give up, or they try harder and then they burn themselves out, and it's not a fun process. I've been there. I've gotten to the point where I've given up on manifestation altogether, and I'm like, you know what, this doesn't work, this is BS. And then later, obviously, I'm guided back to it, and I learn and encode as to why this happened and why I felt this way. And then, of course, I have to come and explain it to you guys so you know. But this is a total rite of passage. So if you're at the point where you're doing all this stuff and you're like not seeing the results, and you're almost considering like either giving up or changing your technique or learning more stuff, it's a sign that you really actually need to master the law of detachment. And it's a sign that you need to learn the art of letting go, the art of surrender, being able to trust that you are doing the right things, being able to trust that what you are manifesting, the way you're manifesting it, it's already worked. So a huge roadblock to really being able to activate that law of attachment and learn this lesson is because you're not really confident in the practice. You're not really confident in manifestation. Maybe you're confident that manifesting works, but you're not confident that it can work for you. So in this case, you just need to stay persistent, because the only way that you're going to believe that it works is if you create a result. So start practicing manifestation in areas that don't matter. The easiest way to stop caring and to use the law of detachment is to build your faith that manifestation works, is to build your faith in yourself. Because once you have confidence in yourself, you know you're doing all the right things, you know that what you've already done is working, it's easy to not care. It's easy to be like, oh, okay, well, I don't care how it comes. I'm not attached to the outcome because I'm doing all the right things. I'm upholding the frequency. I'm doing my affirmations. It works and it's going to happen. I'm just waiting for it to show up. When you can have that energy, it's because you know that it works. So if you don't currently believe in yourself, then your energy should be focused on creating results or upgrading your self-confidence. Now, obviously, you can do this through structured programs, through self-work, through shadow work, through therapy, through life coaching, mentors. There's so many different avenues that you can do this. But a fun way is to manifest things that are kind of silly. So focusing your energy on manifesting things that you naturally just don't care about that much, just to see that it works, right? So try manifesting like a green light, right? Like at a stop sign, or try manifesting like seeing a certain type of car on the road. Like maybe a specific car that you don't see every day. You're like, oh, I want to see this car, this specific car in this color, right? Maybe ask for a specific color, and maybe say that you want a woman to be driving the car, or that you want to see a man or someone else driving the car, whoever, right? Like start manifesting little things here and there that seem kind of irrelevant, that don't really matter, because you're going to see how powerful it is. You're going to see how easy it is to manifest something that you don't have attachment to. And then once you master that, you're going to be able to kind of release the attachment to the things that you really do want to manifest, and then kind of apply that same energy, because you know what it feels like to manifest something that you don't care about, right? Like for me, I'll practice this, like I'll manifest through my plants. So I have a tomato plant, and this is just one example, just to kind of help get your brainstorming going. But I have a tomato plant, right? And it had like 2-3 baby tomatoes growing. Well, I manifested that it would grow like 10 tomatoes. Like it seemed almost impossible because it didn't seem like any more tomatoes were going to come. And so I'm like, okay, well, let's manifest lots of tomatoes. Like I want to see all the plants, all the leaves have some tomato growing. And I believe within like a week or so, it felt like a week or so. I don't know how long it actually was, but it felt like it was just a week later that I had forgotten about it, and I looked at it and I'm like, oh wow, there's like 12 little tomatoes growing now. So those little magical events help show you that you can manifest really easily, and the less you care, the easier it is. Now, it's a lot harder to do it than it is to say it, because when we're trying to manifest bigger things that we have emotional investment in, it can be hard to just say, oh, I just am gonna not care. So oftentimes, like I teach other specific ways to do this, and maybe I'll make a whole video on this, but there is a way to overcome this. There is a way to hack this process and make it a lot easier to use the law of detachment, but you essentially want to take yourself out of the personal state. Like you don't want to take every manifestation so personally. So if you're trying to manifest love, it's not about whether or not you deserve it. It's not about whether or not you're worthy. You're simply practicing magic. You're practicing manifestation. You are practicing your birthright to call in whatever it is that you want. So it's not, do I deserve love? Can I have love? Can I keep love? It's not a personal thing. Take it as more of like you're playing a game, you're manifesting what you want. You know, if you fail the mission, you can just start over. Like you're playing a video game. Like if you like if your character dies, or if your character doesn't accomplish the mission, you just start over. You just start the mission over. If your manifestation doesn't work out, you just start over. So it's not a personal endeavor. It's not something that's supposed to make you feel bad about yourself. It's supposed to be fun. Okay, so make it more of a game, and you'll start to unlock the key to really using the law of detachment. Obviously, if you want to learn this more in depth, the best way to do it is through practice. And like I said, practicing using the law of detachment to manifest little things that don't matter, right? Once you know what you can do and you feel that power, manifesting bigger things is going to come a lot easier to you, okay? But stop doing more thinking that, oh, if I repeat this affirmation 100 more times, then it'll happen for me. That is an invitation to look into the law of detachment, look into how energetically attached you are to this outcome and how you can sort of loosen the grip. And you know, that example that I gave you with the hose, how you can almost release the tension and undo the kink in the hose, straighten out the hose, don't fold it, don't crumple it up and try to force the water out, like leave it alone, back up a little bit, go do something else, and the water will flow. The blessings will come, okay? I hope this video helped. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, babe. Mwah.